waiting on Maxud and Aldous Huxley. Maxud moves into stall number 5, and Frankie Dettori and Aldous Huxley going forward into stall 2 to complete the lineup. They're in the gate. And they're off. In the British Stallion Studs EBF Cocked Hat Stakes, Maxud just a step slower away than Sam. Also taken back Mr. Allen in the early stages, and Frankie Dettori will go on Aldous Huxley, and he is the one who will lead as they climb the hill at the end of the first furlong. So it is Aldous Huxley who leads by a couple of lengths to Natural World racing in second. Lysander is in third. Maxud making up for that step slow beginning. He races in 4th position. Lionel is in 5th and a length and a half away. Mr. Allen is last of the 6. They've taken the first top turn and they now race slightly downhill at this point, and Frankie Dettori and Aldous Huxley lead them now down the hill. They lead by a length and a half to in second Natural World. On that one's outside is Lysander. Then the green colours of Maxud, a little bit keen as they race into the dip. Then on that one's outside is Lionel, and also keen at the back of the field is Mr. Allen. So they race on now through the intersection of the courses, and now they will tack across to the lower bend. And the leader is Aldous Huxley as they go through the halfway point. He still leads by a length and a half to Natural World and Lysander towards the outside. A length back to Maxud, racing on the inner of Lionel, and still the back marker is Mr. Allen. There's been little change in the order so far, as now they begin to make the turn. They've got 4.5 furlongs to go in the Cocked Hat, and the leader is Aldous Huxley. Leads by a length to Lysander, who is now in second. Natural World in third. Pushed along in 4th now is Lionel. Then towards the inside Maxud, and still the back marker is Mr. Allen, as now they turn into the home straight. They have 3 furlongs to go, and Aldous Huxley still has the lead. Lysander towards the outside now gets to within a neck. Over on the far side, Maxud and Natural World now begin to try and deliver a challenge. And then Mr. Allen, who's towards the near side with Lionel as they fan out across the course. They're inside the final quarter of a mile, and Aldous Huxley has now been joined by Maxud over on the far side. On the near side is Lysander, and also Lionel is getting into contention. Outpaced now is Natural World, and the back marker is Mr. Allen. Less than a furlong to go. Aldous Huxley still clings to a tenuous lead. On the outside, Lysander, and also Lionel there, racing up towards the line, and it's going to be very close as they hit the line together. Lionel on the near side, Aldous Huxley on the far side, could go either way, and they were followed home by Lysander and Maxud.
David, such an impressive performance. A slow pace would have very much been against him. He looks at a stout, staying individual, but didn't he half finish quickly?
No, look, that's why we kept him of this trip. You know, the extended 1 mile 3. He will stay really well. He's a proper mile 4 horse. In our defense, you know, when he ran at Newbury, we felt that we were really unlucky because of the circumstances of the race. He kind of had a little spat in the stalls, which is something we worked on dramatically, and he was absolutely perfect today. But we felt we were really unlucky, so we kind of ticked that box. We won our maiden, so let's go to a better class race, because a better race will suit him better, because they have more rhythm and whatever. You know, when you're running, I don't mean to be condescending, but when you run against lesser horses, sometimes you don't have as much pace in the race and what have you. And we didn't want that. We didn't want any excuses. We wanted the horse to show his true potential, and that's exactly what he did today.
He very much didn't. He didn't have it the easy way. He would have, as your comments suggest there, he would have wanted them to go much faster than they did. When Frankie was starting to stack them up, just coming down the hill at about the mile pole, You must have been swearing under your breath, weren't you?
Not just under my breath, you know. I hope nobody was recording there. But no, look, he's done it like a very good horse. You know, it wasn't an easy race to win. He's also dead green. You know, this horse is only the shadow of what he will become. I feel so lucky and blessed really to train such a horse. You know.
The question has to be, where next? Are you going to take the slow approach and wait for something like a Royal Ascot, or are classics on the agenda?
I'm not sure the Royal Ascot is the easy approach, but hey, look, wherever he'll go, the competition will be fierce, but we've got a really good horse on our hands. You know, all options are open at the moment, you know. We could consider Royal Ascot, obviously, both the King Edward and the Queen's Vase. We could also decide to go and chance it in the Irish Derby. I was kind of desperate to run the horse before the end of this month, so all options are open. I would have been quite heartbroken to not being able to run this week, but either today or he's entered in a Group 2 in France in 5 or 6 days' time. To keep those options open to us basically next month, thinking Ascot, thinking the Curragh.
Just finally, you started off with a handful of horses in this country. You started off with John Dunlop as an assistant trainer. Look where you've come. Look how far you've gone. You must be still pinching yourself every day when these big races come your way.
Look, you're trying to tell me I'm very lucky, aren't you? I am. There's a little bit of hard work involved as well. But yeah, now look, it's fantastic. You know, people like me. I come from a very humble background. You know, my parents are farmers, and I've been told that quote a few days ago, and it sounds like a cliche, but we know where we come from, we know where we're going. I'm scared of nothing and nobody. That's and I'm very grateful to have the backup that I have. You know, training for honest breeders of the likes of Normandy Stud, Chase Moor Farm, those guys, and some fantastic owners. You know, syndicates like Gail Brown. Like there's too many to quote, and I don't want to upset anybody. And the people that backed us from the start, like Clive Washburn and Michael Watt, I owe everybody an awful lot. And it's only the start.
You can name them all when that 3-year-old Group 1 comes your way. Well done, David.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jeremy, he looked like he needed every yard of that trip. Would you agree?
Yes, obviously he's a stoutly bred horse. This is Dam 1, Park Hill. The race we went very slow. Frankie was getting away with daylight murder up front, but you know, my horse is a work in progress. At Newbury I missed a kick and I got in a position I didn't want to be in, but he learned from there and he didn't have too hard a time. And then he came here and I could have done with injection of pace, like 6 out, and it took him a long time from the 3.5 to really get into stride, but I knew by the time I hit the furlong pole I was going to run them down, and I think in a true run race he would have been far superior, and he's a very well bred horse, so he's one to look forward to.
Is this the type of horse, as you say, learning, but still learning on the job as well? This is only the 3rd run of his career, the first time he's got his head in front.
Yeah, look, obviously we believed in him because he stepped up from a maiden. We could easily have gone for a maiden or a novice, but we stepped him up for this race. We felt it wasn't a problem stepping up for this race, but he's a work in progress, and you know, I think he's going to be a strong stayer in the future, and he's got a lot of stamina. So I'm not sure where that will go with him next, but I'm sure he'll try and be there.
Well done, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.